Hi everyone, I'm Steve Hui, I'm the founder of iFlyFlat, the Points Restaurant. I'm here with my friend Lockie.
Hey Steve, hey Ron.
Hey Lockie, welcome everyone. Good morning. It's Friday, the 29th of October. Welcome to another week of Points TV. We've got, this is a great week of news, Lockie.
So much happening again. Yeah.
Let's kick it off. Well, number one thing, and actually this is one thing that a lot of people have been banging on about, is that Smart Traveller has now changed the travel advice. Previously, they said, do not travel, do not travel, do not travel. That means that even though you could buy, I think your travel insurance probably didn't cover you. So now they're updating travel advice for 177 destinations.
Yes.
In line like the 1st of November reopening.
I was surprised they didn't change it to notraveller.gov.au because there was nothing happening on that website. It was like red everywhere. The whole website was red. Don't go. You're not smart, but now it should be called Go Traveller. Just get out there.
So this is still a very important website to check, but the key things that they update the travel advice, that means that where you're going. But I guess this leads on the fact that I think traveling right now, super important to have travel insurance because otherwise it costs you a lot of money that you don't want to be paying. Something goes wrong.
So what's your recommendation? Something like Covermore or?
Yeah, I think obviously a lot of the credit cards have travel insurance, but you have to look at the PDS. Like you actually have to read the PDS. I know it's a massive document and it's boring as hell, but all those conditions in there, what activates insurance, what covers, when does it not cover. And I guess, especially because of now, maybe just have another policy on top of your credit card. So
maybe a COVID policy on top that you can pay separate as a small separate premium.
That will cover you specifically, because if you don't know and something happens, that's a lot of money.
Especially if you're traveling to some, small Asian countries and you got COVID, you might have to be medically sent to another country or, get a flight to be transported somewhere. Worst case scenario. So that COVID insurance.
That's right. Really, that could be 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. There's no discounts. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't want that. So look at your insurance. Good tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Singapore
has this thing called a vaccinated travel lane. In a way, it's like a travel bubble. And they've just put Australia and Switzerland on the list. So which means that from the 8th of November, Australians can travel to Singapore with no quarantine, both directions.
Awesome. We're going from bubble to lanes. I like lanes because we're moving. You move through a lane.
Like lanes. Obviously, there's still rules and stuff like that. So if you're traveling to Singapore, please read up properly. Don't just read the news. Don't just listen to us. You got to read the actual rules of that, because you got to pass PCR tests and this and that as well. So that's super important. Good news about New Zealand. I know a lot of our listeners and readers need to go to New Zealand. So they are interested in introducing home quarantine.
Nice. So they've cut it back from 14 to 7. Yeah, fantastic. And that's for the hotel quarantine. Yeah.
Yeah. So the government-run hotel quarantine's been halved, and this home quarantine. I guess this is just a bit of news, but once again, if you're going to New Zealand, please check the rules, because the rules are changing fast. So you want to be sure that you're doing the right thing.
But yeah, a lot of people we know are going to New Zealand in January, just after Christmas. So as an early holiday for next year. So yeah, the rules could change by then as well.
Change. So check the rules there. This is something that we will know a lot more about, is frequent flyer points. And the great news coming out of Virgin Australia Velocity is that they have restarted international points flight redemptions. So previously they had closed it and had only for domestic. So they restarted it for a bunch of airlines from the 2nd November, except for Singapore Airlines. So Singapore Airlines is not yet online for redemption, but it's coming.
Okay. Soon.
Yeah.
And there's heaps of seats available.
So there's a whole bunch of airlines. Air Canada is a new partner to the Virgin Velocity program. So if you're going to Canada that way, check seats with this brand new partner.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
So, and also a whole bunch of flexible things like that. once again, check this, just something for you to know, but I think this is great news because now your Virgin points, if you had not bought toasters with them or gift cards and you kept them and you trusted the brand, now's a chance that you can actually get flying in the pointy end.
It's awesome. A huge turnaround from where they were a year ago.
Linking up with that, because of course, now that you can use points to redeem, there's a little bit of advanced news that from the 1st of November, Velocity points transfers, you're going to get a 20 to 30% bonus.
Ooh,
and
nice.
it occurs fairly often, sort of roughly every quarter. So perfect timing. If you transfer from an ANZ card, you get 30% bonus Velocity points and 25% bonus from Amex.
That'll be me. I'll be transferring points.
So these times are great times where if you have a credit card that earns credit card reward points, you should take these time to transfer with an added bonus, means that you're earning more points. So check out, I'm sure Velocity will send you an email about it. But this is something quite rare. So Singapore Cruise Fly also has a points bonus. This time 15% points bonus from credit card to Cruise Fly transfers. So 15% for Australia, well, actually was up to 15%. So that depending how many points you transfer, under 50,000 miles, you only get 12% bonus. Over 50,000 miles, you get 15% bonus. It covers most of the Australian banks here. There's a whole list of them.
Awesome.
So Westpac, Amex, NAB. Yeah, so this is a good one because using Singapore points to fly is about 20%, well, maybe in a way now 25%, 30% cheaper than Qantas points.
And they've had a great business class product. Really, really good experience.
Yeah. And
also good time to hey?
First class.
And a first class, yeah. Well, it's a good time to check in on your KrisFlyer points as well, just to make sure that they're still there.
Yeah. So in terms of actually, just you mentioned that the KrisFlyer points typically expire 3 years from
when you earn them.
So it's 3 years.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, they've been extending these ones. So have a look at the KrisFlyer site because your points would be extended. And I think the first points to be expired is June 2022. But once again, check they've got a full table of if this is when your points are supposed to expire, they're going to extend to this date. So everyone has a slightly different expiry date.
And they have that section on the site when you log in, points are about to expire. So they have they divide out those points that are going to expire soon, which I've noticed is really helpful on their website. They make it nice and clear.
Yeah, so check this out because you don't want your points to expire. That's the worst thing to do. And talking still about points, and if you do have heaps and heaps of points, this is a service that Qantas has literally just introduced yesterday. So
yeah, we saw some emails come through to some of our mates who have been invited into. So you have to be a Points Plus Club Plus member to be eligible, I think.
Or if you have over $1 million points in your account. So there's two things. If you have over $1 million points in your account, you're invited. And if you're a Points Club Plus member, you also can use your points. We might talk about Points Club Plus another time because there's a whole thing about that. The gist actually is, so generally one Qantas point is worth half a cent. So not mega value, but you can convert into gift vouchers, half a cent. What I found about this one is that you can probably get over 1 cent value using it this way.
Yeah, an example was given there of like a small car, which would be about 20 to 25,000 for about 2 million points. So yeah, about 1 cent's value, which is not bad. It's better than buying something on the Qantas shop and almost comparable to maybe an economy flight, which would be about 1.5 cents points value. But obviously the best is to use them to fly internationally business class and get about 3 or more cents.
3 or 4 cents. So like if anyone redeems something for 37,500, like a car, you got to let us know. Yeah, I want to know about a car on their Qantas points.
Well, this really is points on our money because they give examples of you can pay tuition fees, you can buy a scooter, a car, just about anything that the concierge service can call up and pay with a credit card.
So does that mean that they get points on you, because they
Or
their credit
potentially.
card. I think I understand what's going on here now.
It's a bit of a scheme.
Someone's getting a lot of freaking fly points.
The person with that credit card earning back the points. Now, wouldn't that distort the whole system though?
Well, in that case, it's the ultimate points machine, because you're getting people to say I redeem 2 million of your points, Lockie, to get a car, and then I pay for the car with my credit card, and then $37,000 through, and they're getting points. So basically, I'm earning points on the back of your points.
And you're creating money and then printing more money, and then at the same time, in a sense, it's the points of the currency. Unless you had a third party doing it as the booking service, and then they would be pulling in those points separately to the.
Someone's making a lot of points from this, so
yeah, someone's making. If you're out there,
overall,
let us know.
It's not too bad a deal.
Yep.
Especially if you're a business that can generate, basically, if you're a company and you basically create a point generating machine where it's costing you maybe less than 0.5 cent to get these points, then you're basically costing 0.5 cent, but you're getting over 1 cent value. You're printing money.
You're printing tax-free money.
I don't know if it's tax-free.
No, I'm not sure. We can't advise on that. But you are pretty money, because you can use those to pay business bills and other things, or client gifts. So that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah. So very, very, very good deal. And the tip of the week, and because people are starting to look for flights, the number one question I'm getting is, Steve, has they changed the points program? Because the number of points I'm seeing is huge. I want to fly to Los Angeles, but show me 800,000 points. Examples like that. So I think it's very easy that people are confused that the difference between classic flight awards and points plus pay.
The old points plus pay. Yes, it's been a while. Let's refresh. So what's the difference, Steve?
Yeah. So classic flight awards are travel from A to B is the same number of points, and definitely no more than 300,000 points return, because you can fly to New York and London business class for 289,200 points return. So if you're seeing a number that's higher than that, it means that it must be points plus pay. So points plus pay is where they convert your points into 0.5 cent of value, and then they take the current ticket price, divide by 0.5 cent to give you how many points it'll cost for that ticket. So you're actually getting a pittance of value. Well, some people might like it, but I just want to let people know that you can do better. So classic awards is what you want to look. If you're looking for flights, for example, this slide shows you what you're looking for. Is classic reward. So that is the key word, classic reward. Because when you click use points, it still shows the price in points. And this is a real example where the dollar value of that ticket has been converted into points. And I guess just a minute to talk about this is, say for here, Sydney to Melbourne business class, one way, one person, the classic award is 18,400 points, always. You pay taxes, but if you do points plus pay, you'll be paying 110,000 points. Same flight, same seat. So that's the difference between using points. As you can see, significantly different. If I have my calculator around, it's like 9 times, maybe not 9 times, 7 times.
Huge, yeah, massive difference.
Yeah. Well, and that's all for the session today.
Good tip. Oh, lots happening, and we'll chat again next week.
Yeah. Hopefully people can use this and make sure they get value points. That's what we're here for.
So good.
See you guys.
See you guys.